Hi everybody, we are coming at you with another Encite Live. My name is Nika Yushkovich and I'm here today with Adam O'Leary. And we wanted to talk to you guys about a lot of discourse that has been happening around TikTok lately. If you exist even a little bit online, I'm sure you know what TikTok is. And the government has recently been trying to ban it. So there has been a lot of discussions about this because 1 in 4 Americans actually use TikTok. So it's going to be a huge amount of the population that will be affected by this ban.
Yeah.
And I think we take a lot of social media and this stuff for granted, but I've been seeing a lot of conversations about people who are trying to get to the bottom of this. Like, why is this happening? Why are we banning TikTok? What's going on? And from what the media is telling us, so what these larger media organizations are sort of narrating is that it's a data sharing problem and that they're worried about the foreign ownership getting that data. So right now, I think they're putting the pressure on TikTok for the Chinese investors to sell their shares in order for it to not get banned in America. And of course, the Chinese investors are like, let's not do that, maybe.
Right. Payday?
Yep. So what is actually going on with this? What is this whole data sharing problem and discourse that's happening? Why are people scared about it? And with data sharing, we've been doing this for forever. Every single social media platform does this. Facebook actually got into a controversy a while back by selling its data to, I guess we could call them malicious parties, and it started a lot of political conflict in other regions around the world and everything. They were taken to court, taken to the Supreme Court in charge, or Congress, and they were charged with doing that. So Facebook, that is interesting that they had that. And then TikTok, this huge competitor came out and everybody wants to compete with TikTok. And then all of a sudden there's this campaign and narrative that TikTok's data sharing.
Interesting,
and
right?
then we're not talking about Facebook anymore, which is very, very interesting.
Shifting the
Absolutely.
the
There
eyeballs.
was an email that came out, a leak from Facebook to some sort of agency where they were hiring them to build this campaign and create a campaign to sort of put out this narrative and draw attention away from them and onto TikTok, because that's of course the best strategy for them. It takes the heat off of them and it points it at your biggest competitor right now.
Yeah.
So I think that they believe everybody's going to come running back to them as soon as TikTok gets banned. I don't really see that happening.
Yeah.
But it's very, very interesting times with social media right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it seems like there's happens a lot, like corporate espionage, right? Like they always talk about kind of like all these political things behind the scenes and twisting the narrative and shifting the narrative away from you, because that's media, right? Like it's been going on forever. It's like something else is going on. I'm the most interesting thing of the day, and if something else happens, hey, let's shift that. Politicians do it all the time, right?
Absolutely.
Controversies do it all the time. What I'm saying, there's always kind of a corporate espionage piece to that, and a lot of small businesses don't have that luxury, right?
Yes.
But who does? The guys with the pockets, the kind of corporations with the deep pockets.
Yeah, if you think about it, yes, absolutely. And Disney even owns the majority of media organizations that are providing us with the news that we see every day, whether that's online or on the TV or whatever it may be. Disney owns a majority of those companies. It's kind of crazy we don't call it a monopoly yet. And so you see a lot of this corporate stuff going on with the media, because the media is around to sort of tell people how to think. And so they want to really control this narrative. It's very interesting, all of the little things going on. And I genuinely don't believe that a TikTok ban would be beneficial to anybody.
Yeah.
It takes away competitiveness. It really doesn't solve the data sharing problem because, as I mentioned before, everybody's data sharing. All the information that TikTok is getting from you, other social media is getting from you, or Apple or Samsung, your devices are getting that data from you, and they're selling it. So China could buy it on the market.
But even before social media, data sharing and selling of data and demographic information is the basis from a marketing perspective of like trying to get to the correct audiences.
Yes.
The audiences don't necessarily like it, right? Like, I mean, we always say is like, oh, I hate people are tracking me.
Yeah,
but
privacy issues.
I'm getting ads that are relevant to me and not relevant to me.
Exactly.
I would rather have ads to me that are relevant than are not relevant. So back in the day, you could buy addresses for direct mail. You until the Canned Spam Act, you could buy email addresses of people and have all that demographic information. So that's been going on forever.
Yeah.
And that's super important in our industry,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
So we can be mindful of what messages we're putting in front of clients. Now it's just on a global scale, and now there's I guess people are really worried about a semi-hostile country entity having that information and how they use it. So I think that there's some concern there that I think is justified, you know, but at the same time, you know, Facebook is, everybody's doing it.
Exactly. So, it's the problem is already there.
Yeah.
The only thing we can really do, I don't think it's ever going to go away because the data selling market is free market.
Sure.
You know, whoever is the highest bidder is going to get it. So I don't think that problem is just going to disappear. And really, it's like mitigating damage or on you to decide what sort of data you are comfortable with sharing. Yeah. I mean, for me personally, I don't really care if somebody knows my location or knows what I'm searching or knows what I'm talking about, because then I'm getting ads that are relevant to me. It's like, oh no, they know I'm a Hogwarts fan, a Harry Potter fan, that's horrible. Right. I'm getting ads for all this stuff that I like. For me, it doesn't really matter, but you know, so on the government level.
As soon as a Harry Potter ad comes up, you're like, bye.
Oh, no. I'm a little bit more frugal than that. I'd like to say I have more self-control, but you know, I like seeing it, putting it on my little wish list. Like this is something I would want to buy in the future. But I don't know. I think it's just very interesting. And I mean, government officials, obviously, going to play by different rules. And like somebody mentioned in a conversation that I was having about this topic that like, oh, well, what about CIA agents? And I'm like, CIA agents don't even have an iPhone, okay? Right. If they're trying to, all intelligence communications, they're not gonna, risk that by putting that on a smartphone.
But for the rest of us, I mean,
for the rest of us.
I mean, you wanna be careful about I feel I wanna be careful about some of this stuff, but for the most part, it's the world we live in, and it's the nature of it. And, I definitely would be concerned on some kind of information level. Like if I was saying, "Hey, we're out of town," and somebody knows where I live, and now you know they're not there, and you've seen that happen. You've seen celebrities do that, where they're saying, "Hey, we're in wherever," and then somebody robs their house because they know that they're not there. But that being said, it's just like, I think that the kind of corporate espionage that's going on, I think a lot of that kind of stuff happens behind the scenes that we never even hear about, right? Yeah. Like that kind of stuff happens, but it always happens from these big corporations that have a really vested interest in how that narrative is gone.
The only reason that this issue was like brought to light and like the emails were leaked and people are getting to the bottom of this is because, as I mentioned before, 1 in 4 Americans have TikTok and like use TikTok for like 90 minutes a day on average. So it's like, okay, this is affecting a lot of people, and a lot of people are like, we don't want TikTok gone. What is actually going on? Yeah. And that's bringing a lot of light. In fact, I saw this trend going around that people were saying, Facebook thinks that by banning TikTok, we're just all gonna come flooding back to them. And somebody was like, you know what? Let's just bring it full circle. Let's go back to MySpace. Yeah. Right. If TikTok gets banned, we're gonna go all the way right back to MySpace, which I think is hilarious, and I will be participating in that.
You're going back to MySpace?
I'll be going back to MySpace. I'll be coding my little.
You know where Tom is from MySpace?
My page. I don't.
He's a professional photographer now.
Amazing.
Made a bunch of money and was like,
bye.
Gonna go take some pictures.
Yes, goodbye. I think that would even surprise MySpace if a lot of people just started flooding back. Right. But I think it's hilarious, and we should do that.
Okay. MySpace is the new big thing.
Yep.
Coming straight from Nika.
Yes, the next big thing. If anything, we can make it a meme,
There you go.
It'll be fun for a while.
be interesting to see what happens.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
So it'll
absolutely.
be all over the news, but yeah, gotta keep tabs on that.
Yeah, got to keep tabs for the social media side of things. Gotta be in the know.
Right.
But that was this episode of Encite Live. Thank you guys for joining in on this conversation. My name is Nika Yushkovich, here with Adam O'Leary, and we will see you guys next time.
See you guys.